The cape snaps shut around your neck. The man who cuts your hair thinks you drive a delivery route. He's thought so for 9 years. He knows your coffee order. He knows your team. He has no idea you're worth $400 million. Your phone buzzes. 3 words. Parks closed. Funded. 1,100 lots. Yours. You slide the phone back into your pocket. Crazy weather, right? Tony says. Crazy. The scissors keep moving. The richest man Tony has ever met is sitting in his chair, and he doesn't know it. Nobody knew the number. Not Tony, not your family, not the people who loved you. You made sure of that. You are 25. You drive a delivery route for $41,000 a year. You grew up in a mobile home park off Route 9, Lot 23. Your mother still lives there. You know which trailers leak. You know which porch lights never come on. People say trailer park like it's a punchline. You grew up inside the joke. One Saturday, you drive past Cedar Hollow. Half the lots are empty. The sign looks abandoned. You ask around. The owner is 81. He lives 3 states away. He hasn't raised the rent since 2009. Everyone sees a dying trailer park. You see something else. 30 families, 30 rent checks, a place nobody's paying attention to. You call the number, nobody calls. A man named Walter answers. Walter is tired. Walter wants out. You got money, son? Not yet. He carries the paper. You hand over everything you have. $11,000. The pen is plastic. The office smells like old cigarettes. You walk out owning 30 lots. You also walk out owing more money than you've ever seen. That summer you do the work nobody did. You patch the road yourself. You haul away the dead cars. You fix the lights so the porches come on at night. Then you raise the rent $40. Nobody leaves. For the first time in years, the place feels alive. The first check clears. $2,600. You sit in your car and stare at it. Then you count it again. You tell nobody. Not your mother. Not a soul. You don't know it yet. But this is the last time being invisible feels like an accident. 1 park becomes 2. 2 becomes 5. By then, you understand something. The money isn't in the trailers. It's in the dirt underneath them. People can leave. Homes usually don't. The rent comes in every month. When it rains, when the economy slows down, when you're asleep. $40,000 a month, then 90. You don't spend it. You buy another park, then another. Then you notice something else. The businesses nobody wants are usually the cheapest. An ice machine outside a gas station. A septic company with 3 trucks. Propane cages behind grocery stores. The things people use every day and never think about. A buddy asks what you do now. You tell him. He laughs. Rather you than me. You let him laugh. You don't tell him what the business makes. You don't tell anybody. The parks get bigger. The businesses get bigger. The conversations get smaller. You could buy any house in the county. You stay in the same 3-bedroom on Cypress Street. You could drive anything. You drive a 4-year-old pickup with 100,000 miles on it. You wear the same gray jacket every winter. Your boots are worn down at the heel. When someone asks what you do, you keep it short. I've got a few rentals. They picture a duplex, maybe 2. You let them. Most days, nobody looks twice. That's how you like it. Then one morning, a new teller opens your account. Her eyes stop moving. She reads the screen again. She sits up a little straighter. Suddenly you're not Tom, you're Sir. Would you like to use our private office? You say no thanks. You take the receipt. You walk back to the regular line, because you've seen what happens when people know. A man you knew sold his trucking company. He bought the boat. He bought the lake house. He told everybody. Within a year, the calls started. Cousins, old friends, people with opportunities, people with emergencies, people he hadn't heard from in years. Every conversation wanted something. By the end, he spent more time explaining no than enjoying yes. So you keep your mouth shut, you keep the pickup, you keep the house, you keep the story small, a few rentals, nothing special, because the day people find out what you have, they stop seeing you and start seeing the money. So you stay the quiet guy, on purpose. It's your 54th birthday. Nobody calls. You don't tell anyone it's your birthday. There's no one to tell. You get in the pickup, you drive across town, a dealership you've never been to. A black Porsche sits under the showroom lights. You go inside. A salesman named Brett walks over. Brett looks at your jacket. Brett looks at your boots. He decides who you are before you say a word. He almost doesn't hand you the keys. You ask to sit in it anyway. He shrugs. He opens the door. You slide into the seat. Your hands rest on the wheel. For a moment, you just sit there. Then something strange happens. You don't want the car. You want Brett to know. You want him to look at you differently. You want one person, just once, to understand what you've built. Brett checks his phone. He's already looking for his next customer. The feeling passes. You think about the boat, the cousins, the old friends, the calls that never stopped. You think about how much it costs once people know. You drive home in the same pickup. You park in the dark. You sit there for a while. 54 years old, $400 million, and for 1 minute, you almost traded your privacy for recognition. Then you chose the silence again. Nobody made you. You did it yourself. The money never stops climbing, but it takes something from you, something you don't get back. Your oldest friend is Eddie. You grew up 2 lots apart. Eddie drives a forklift now. Eddie is 3 months behind on his mortgage. One night he calls you. He's quiet for a long time. Then he asks to borrow $2,000. He says he'll pay you back by spring. You could wire him $1 million and never feel it. You could pay off his house before breakfast. You meet him at a diner. You slide an envelope across the table. $2,000 in cash. Take your time, you say. Eddie's eyes get wet. He says you saved him. He has no idea what you could have done. You drive home in the 4-year-old pickup. You sit in the driveway in the dark. You could have fixed all of it. You didn't. Because the day you fix it, you stop being his friend. You become the man he owes. 4 months later, Eddie pays you back. He counts the bills out on the same diner table. 20s mostly. He worked Saturdays to do it. He's proud of himself. You could buy the company he works for. You take the money. You say thank you. That's the part that stays with you. Your mother still lives on lot 23. You offered to buy her a house. She said no. It's home. You see her every Sunday. She still slips a 20 into your jacket at the door. In case things are tight, she says. You take it every time. You say thank you. You own thousands of lots now. Your mother thinks you're getting by. You let her think it, because if she knew, she'd never look at you the same way again. Her name was Anna. You were with her 2 years. She asked why you never spent money. She asked why you never talked about work. One night she decided you were hiding another woman. You weren't. You were hiding the money. She gave you every chance to tell her. You couldn't do it. She packed a bag. She stood at the door, one hand on the handle. One last chance. What are you hiding? You said nothing. You let her walk out. It was easier than the truth. Years later, you still think about that night. Not because she left, because she asked, and you couldn't answer. That morning you closed on a park worth $9 million. There is no one to tell. Not Eddie, not your mother, not Anna, not a single person alive. You are worth $400 million. The money never stopped climbing. But somewhere along the way, the list of people you could share it with got shorter. Now it's just you. You eat dinner alone. Every night. You made sure of that. It happens on a Tuesday. You're at the Cedar Hollow Park, the first one you ever bought. A tenant's porch light is out. You're on your knees on the wooden steps, a screwdriver in your hand. 61 years old. Still fixing the lights yourself. Your phone rings. It's Carol, your accountant. 11 years. No small talk. It crossed this morning, she says. 400 million. Net. You say okay. She says she'll send the statement. You hang up. You put the phone back in your pocket. Then you finish the porch light. You twist the bulb into place. The light comes on. The old woman inside waves through the glass. She has no idea the man fixing her porch light is worth $400 million. You wave back. The first check you ever made was $2,600. You counted it twice. This number you don't count at all. You sit on the steps for a minute. The same steps you patched 36 years ago. $400 million. You thought it would feel like arriving somewhere. It feels like a Tuesday. You get back in the pickup. You drive slowly through the park. One porch light after another comes on in the dark. You built every bit of it. And the only person alive who knows what happened today is a woman named Carol, 2 states away. You've never met her. Not once. The people who mattered never knew the number. And Carol never knew you. It's Saturday again. You're back in Tony's chair. Same cut. Tony is talking about the game. He still thinks you drive a delivery route. 9 years of haircuts. He knows your coffee order. He knows your team. He doesn't know you own half the street outside. He finishes the cut. He spins the chair toward the mirror. Good? He asks. You look at yourself. 61 years old. The same gray jacket. The same worn boots. $400 million. Good, you say. You hand him a 20. You tell him to keep the change. He thanks you like he always does. You walk out to the pickup. You sit behind the wheel. You don't start it right away. You think about Eddie, counting out 20s on a diner table. You think about your mother, slipping a bill into your jacket. You think about Anna, one hand on the door. You think about the birthday nobody knew about. You built $400 million, and you told no one. If you could go back to that first trailer park, knowing what it would make you, knowing what it would cost, would you do it again? The answer comes faster than you'd like. Yes, you start the truck, you pull out of the parking lot. The question that stays with you is why.